In a slightly shocking turn of events with the Carolina Panthers in the NFL offseason, Josh Norman was not franchise tagged, will not be signing a long-term contract with the Carolina Panthers, and will be hitting free agency. Easily one of the biggest names in free agency for this summer and during the offseason. Josh Norman was going to be, if he signed with the Panthers, and still will likely be one of the highest paid defensive backs in the NFL. But the reasons for the Carolina Panthers and not signing him came down to a few things that we kind of know. One, it could be a team chemistry issue. Cam Newton, Josh Norman got into a fight, if you remember.
Wow.
Keep it like that again. I know something. Get back. Take his ass over there. That's fucking stupid. Keep it like that again. I know something. I'm good. Get back. Take his ass over there.
Supposedly, it wasn't all great with Josh Norman and his teammates. That's just one thing. Number two, Josh Norman's 29 years old, okay, which is old for the NFL.
An NFL, definitely.
He's probably got 3, 4 great, I'd say good years. The next 1 or 2 great. After that, could go downhill. So a long-term deal on the back end of it, you might not get what you want, especially for all the money. And 3, speaking of the money, that could be spent elsewhere on more than one player if needed. So the questions then become, why did the Panthers do this? Did they need him to get back to the Super Bowl next year? How important was he to that defense? Yeah.
The reason I made that weird blah noise was not just to throw you off. It's because the team chemistry thing, I don't believe it. I don't believe it that everyone needs to be buddies. I think me and you stand by that.
Like, of course.
You can have conflicts. They were 1 game away from their most successful franchise history. They almost won the Super Bowl.
It's 2 today.
So, that's 2 franchises. So that's regardless. Like they can call that a claim now because they lost in the Super Bowl, but it's not like any of those 2 who you said committed conflict happen to have 2 of their best seasons ever.
Yeah.
Like so it's
maybe the conflict created them to be better.
Exactly, maybe
Caused
that.
them to be better.
And that's why I wanted to get in more detail with you. This is a learning process. I'm in school. I'm a student of the game at this point when I'm trying to understand. I wish it was here somewhere, but because in my point of view, right. Money is a big play when it comes to American sports because it's all about the distribution of money. It's not like, give me Ronaldo, 60 million, and I'll go and buy that defender as well. That doesn't work as well in American sports. You have to distribute the money so that if you put all your eggs in one basket, you might need to take some out the other. You might need to put all your eggs in LeBron James to get, and then you have to release other players in order to free up that
Same for the NFL.
cap. Same in the NFL.
There's cap space, of course, yes.
And when I think about money, and then I think about like how close they were to success, and I seen Josh Norman last year. I talked to you about him a lot. I thought he was phenomenal last year. He was definitely a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year with 56 tackles, 4 interceptions, 3 forced fumbles. Legitimate candidate for that. And I thought that when I seen this story, I was like, but all those reasons I understand. But do they overthrow that? Are they going to get someone better in his replacement?
They're not going to get an immediate better cornerback replacement.
So is that not all that matters?
But they can draft cornerbacks that could be better in the future. That could be a better investment. And again, people forget football is a team game, but one player can make a huge difference pretty much only at the quarterback position. Like I've never found that one defensive back could actually change an entire season's outcome, right? Game to game, moment to moment, big play to big, sure. During the Seattle Seahawks Super Bowl run, Richard Sherman, unbelievable. And at points last year, Cam Chancellor was doing things that were so important to the Seahawks that it was keeping them in games. Josh Norman was a shut-down corner. He wasn't necessarily a big play corner, right? So he would eliminate your best threat on the wide receiving end, but there's other ways to win games. So is it a loss for the Panthers? Of course it's a loss for the Panthers immediately. Maybe not in 2 years. Maybe they have a long-term game out of this that they're looking to draft, looking to replace, or they need the money to put into the assets they have here. But we don't know where they want to spend that money yet, but they probably will, or they'll invest in the players that they feel could be a better investment than Josh Norman.
But are the Panthers fans willing to be that patient? They just almost had success. It's on the tip. It was so close.
As long as they have Cam, Panthers fans are fine.
No, I understand, but I'm learning. Because if I'm watching it in any other sport, I'm thinking you just took one of my best defensive players. We know defense wins championships. We just seen defense win championships.
Very true. Very, very true.
The Denver Broncos, as much as America will want you to believe that Peyton Manning won them that Super Bowl, no, he fucking did it.
It was Budweiser that won that Super Bowl.
They had an unbelievable defense. So when I think to myself, I am a Panthers fan, I'm like, okay, I understand this, but do you want to take away not the most prized possession, but one clear piece of your well-rounded team? Do you not want to just add more and go on and win it next year? This patience thing is something that I don't understand. Explain me. I'm very impatient.
He wanted more money, $18 million a year. He wanted long-term. The Panthers didn't. They wanted 1 year. They maybe 2. Josh Norman's like, screw you guys, and go home. Eric Cartman. So, by the way, in terms of the highest paid defensive backs in the league, he would have been and still likely to be because probably the Patriots are going to sign him in such a Patriots way. Maybe. Hopefully the Giants sign him. But regardless, highest paid cornerbacks is CO6, Pete, if you can throw to that card right now.
Nice.
Oh, nice, Pete.
Timing.
Darrelle Revis, also 30 years of age, average annual salary, $14.2 million. Patrick Peterson from Arizona, amazing, same, $14 million. Richard Sherman, obviously, great player. Tremaine Johnson. Spot Rec denotes franchise tag. He was tagged 1 year, $13.95 million. With the LAR, what's that, Francis? The Los Angeles Rams and Joe Hayden, Cleveland, for 5 years. Again, also look at the ages, too. Like, they're in the midst of their contracts, right, or part of the new ones. Like, Darrelle Revis is just old, but still very effective. Patrick Peterson, young, 25. Even Richard Sherman, 28, going to have a long-term effect. Tremaine Johnson, young, franchise tag, 26, young enough. Josh Norman's in a different category because he's a bit older. Whoa, Carolina. It's a little too late to do April Fools.
Yes, sir.
With the monkey face.
He agrees with me, but...
One more tweet. Patrick Peterson also had a great job trolling a little bit of Josh Norman here and basically saying, know your value. Take a look at the tweet.
Like, who else can they maybe look into bringing in? Or is there just... I need you to tell me another reason as to why this wasn't such a bad idea. Other than money, because I don't care about money.
Do you remember the Titans?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Are they going to hire Denzel Washington?
Ryan Gosling was the defensive back for the Titans team. He was a liability.
Yeah.
But he developed, became better as the season went on. They can do that with their undeveloped talent without Josh Norman.
Interesting.
People forget that was Ryan Gosling.
They're going to bring in Turk from Scrubs.
Did he play football?
That's played it. He was in Remember the Titans. Come on.
Was he in Remember the Titans too? What a stacked cast.
It was an unbelievable cast, and I think he played. He ended up playing in Ryan Gosling's position.
Yeah. Remember the Panthers.
Remember the Panthers.
2016-2017 season. Comment below with what you think about Josh Norman walking away from the NFC champion Carolina Panthers. And where is he going to go? Where is he going to sign? Hopefully the New York Football Giants. That would be fantastic. Like, favorite, subscribe to the video, goes a long way. At Francis_Maxwell on Twitter. At Francis Maxwell Host on Instagram. At JasonRubin91. And at TYT Sports.